afternoon again to everyone, especially to our speakers, presenters, and of course, our viewers. Whether you are at home, driving, or hustling, we really appreciate your time in joining this afternoon. Okay, so I am Shay Montes Lambes. I'm the marketing manager of RK Franchise Consultancy. And in behalf of our team, we would like to welcome you all to our Cebu Franchise virtual seminar live na live via Cebu Franchise Facebook page. All right, so without further ado, and to give us some knowledge about franchising, I'd like to call on the CEO and founder of RK Franchise Consultancy and Filipino International Franchise Association. Let us all welcome Mr. Rudolf Anton Kotik.
Thank, thank you so much, Shay, for the intro and for being our host today. And I'm welcoming everybody to this seminar this afternoon. And I will explain a little bit about franchising. And then, of course, we have a number of presenters who will introduce their franchise opportunity to you. So let's start with my presentation, and I will be talking with you about franchising from A to Z. Practically explain you as much as I can in the limited time I have to explain how franchising works. First of all, this presentation is copyrighted, and any use of the slides and the content without the written permission of the copyright owner, which is me, Rudolf Kotik and Aqua Franchise Consultancy, is not allowed. All right, let's talk about history. A lot of people think franchising is something new, but it's already existing since 1860. The Singer Company began granting distribution franchises for the sewing machines and was the first company to write a franchise contract. Then came the utility franchises. Then came the automobile and the petroleum companies. Then White Castle, an American food chain, was the first fast food franchise chain in America. The way we franchise today is called business format franchising. And this is what we are talking about today. In the Philippines, it started similarly. The Singer Company started it. Then A&W awarded the first franchises in the 1960s. Then came McDonald's, Jollibee. Aki started in 1995. 1997, we were hit by the Asian crisis, and then which changed actually the entire franchise picture, because from that moment on, the domestic franchises were popular. And by today, we have more than 1,800 franchises, and more than 800 of them are our clients in Archie Franchise Consultancy. All right, so we'll be talking with you about business format franchising, which is actually a contractual relationship between two parties, the franchisor with the OR at the end, and the franchisee who buys the franchise with a double E at the end. And the franchisor allows the franchisee to use the business system, the trademark, and the corporate identity for a certain period of time. And the franchisee purchases the experience, the expertise of the franchisor, and the method of doing of business, and doesn't have to go through the pain of a new startup. Generally speaking, every franchisee is a legally an independent entity. So every franchisee has to get their own mayor's permit, their own TTI registration, or their own SEC registration, and of course also their own PR registration. Then the franchisor controls the products and the services that the franchisees are permitted to sell. The franchise also controls the operating assets, so what they are using to set up the business or to operate the business. And this is done through a procurement program. A procurement program are the lists of the authorized suppliers and supplies. And of course, every franchise gets an exclusive territory, meaning to say a certain radius around the franchise facility, where no other franchise or company outlet is allowed to be established. We also talk in franchising of an exclusive relationship, meaning to say the franchisor is not allowed to compete with the franchisee. And of course, also, every franchisee has to secure their own location. So what does it include when you buy a franchise? First of all, the system standards. the way the franchise is operating, the use of the trademarks, the experience and the wisdom of the franchisor, a copy of the operations manual, and of course, training per se is part of the franchise fee, as well as site selection assistance, wherein the franchisor will tell the applicants what kind of locations they should be looking for. And then in the end, the franchisor has to approve it. Then the store layout, which has to be adapted to each and every outlet with the approval of the franchisor. Construction supervision, this, in our case, only a few of our bigger clients have this, like Jerry's Grill or National Bookstore or Phoenix Petroleum. And then, of course, exclusive territory, the radius around the franchise facility, the procurement programs, a list of the authorized suppliers and supplies. And very important is also that every franchisor is providing opening assistance. Opening assistance means that when the franchisee opens his outlet, a representative from the franchisor will be with the franchisee to help them setting up the business. And of course, all the marketing strategies a franchisor is using, a franchisee is allowed to use as well. By effective field service, we understand that the franchisee can be visited anytime by the franchisor. And of course, also a good field service means that the franchisor is there for his franchisee whenever they have a problem and they need assistance. Today, no big deal because everybody has cell phones and apps and all of that stuff. And of course, also research and development, coming up with new programs, coming up with new menus, for example, or new marketing schemes is part of the franchise. Then we talk about a trademark. A trademark, every franchisor has to have one. So if you are a franchisor and you have SEC or a business permit or DTI registration, this is not enough. Your logo has to be trademarked, okay? So what is a trademark? It is a design used to differentiate goods or services, which can be placed in one word, a group of words and services, and a sign, symbol, logo, a treaty container, or a combination of these. A mark is any visible sign capable of distinguishing the goods or services of an enterprise and shall include a stamped or marked container of goods. In other words, a signage. All right? So this has to be registered with the Intellectual Property Office. Every franchisor is required to have that. So what are the pitfalls of franchising? If a franchisee is not professionally developed, some companies try to save money and they do their own development and, in other words, screwing up themselves. If you sign with a franchisor who doesn't offer proper training or has no operations manual, or if you sign with a franchisor who doesn't have trademark for his business, because whoever has the trademark can run after the franchisees. The drawbacks of franchising, of course, is you have to pay fees, franchise fees, royalties, advertisement fees. The franchisee is forced to buy from the source of the franchisor through the procurement program. And particularly, a franchisee has to respect the norms attached to the concept, especially the quality standards and the obligation to follow the concept and operational standards. So if an egocentric personality, you better don't buy a franchise. Do your own thing, okay? So how to select a franchise? Examine the opportunities. As I said earlier, we have 1,800 franchises in the Philippines. Of course, it costs money, so cost of investment, the type of interest. This is important. You don't have to be worried if you don't know how to do something, but you want to get it as a franchise. Because experience is not really required, okay? That's why you get the training and the assistance from your franchisor. Of course, you need a location. Location is very important also in a franchise. Then when you found something, check the background of the franchisor and the support the franchisor is giving. And then analyze and evaluate before you decide. Also, during the pandemic, it's an advantage to buy a franchise because several franchisors give special discounts. Also, landlords are easier to negotiate because so many vacancies are right now. And the whole application procedure is online. So you don't have to far to make your application or to get your interview with the franchisor. Everything is done online. Also, very important is that you won't be the victim of a franchising scam. How to detect a scam? And there are so many, especially on Facebook, so many scams are circulated. So be careful. If it's too good to be true, if it's unrealistic promises, if all contacts are via cell phone only, if they don't even have a landline, if they don't even have an office, also if they want the money upfront before any agreement, if the franchise contract is maybe only 1 year or 2 years, then it's definitely a scam. And if the contract is not 20 to 50 pages, but only 2 or 3 or 4 or 7, then it's a scam. If the franchisor cannot provide you with a franchise disclosure information, or they have no trademark, and if they're not a member of any of the 3 franchise associations. So we have 3 franchise associations in the Philippines in alphabetical order: AFI, FIFA, and PFA. They have to be a member of at least one. And beware, no government agency can help you. All right? If you want to check if a franchise is legit or not, you can actually contact us at info@franchiseassociation.biz, and we try to help you find out if they are legit or not. But when it comes to royalties, most franchisors require the franchisees to pay royalties for the continuation use of the trademark, for the continuation assistance by the franchisor, also for the franchisor to be there whenever the franchisee needs help. And this is always based on gross sales. Gross sales is total sales minus tax, minus service charges, if ever, and minus senior discounts. And always usually payable within the first 5 months of the succeeding month. So, how much royalties have to be paid? Normally, there is no royalty in the retail business. Drugstores, because in the retail, if 100% of the merchandise comes from the franchisor, the royalty is already practically built in, all right? Then drugstores and big shops have traditionally the lowest royalties. Food franchises and restaurants between 3 to 6%. When we talk of service franchises like salons, the vanity sector, usually they have what we call a continuation fee instead of a percentage. So meaning to say the franchisees are paying every month the same amount. Education franchises have the highest royalties because they don't have a renewal fee upon renewal of the contract, because all the other franchises charge between normally 25 to 50% of the franchise fee as a renewal when they renew a franchise. And in the case of the education sector, they don't have a renewal fee. So when your franchise expires, let's say after 5 years, you don't have to pay anymore. But in exchange, they have a higher royalty. Advertisement-wise, a franchisor requires a franchisee with up to 4 schemes to participate with. First of all, the grand opening marketing. When the franchisee opens his outlet, they may be required to spend some money so that people are aware that they are in operation. Then what we call the local store marketing, which is operated by the franchisee himself, usually 1 or 2% of gross sales, again, to promote his business within his barangay or within his territory. A co-op advertisement means that there's a joint advertisement for a billboard or a group of franchisees, and all the franchisees have to pay into, which in that territory, let's say like there are 5 franchises in Bulacan, for example, and they have a billboard in NLEX. So they would be paying that, the 5. And the National Advertisement Fund is the only one which is administered by the franchisor. So if they do any kind of TV shows or TV commercials or radio commercials or broadsheet ads or internet events, all franchised outlets and company outlets have to pay into the National Advertisement Fund. So what are the mistakes of franchise buyers? Some believe they don't have not to work anymore and just collect money. If you want a full franchise, you have to be also, the more hands-on you are, the better, unless you buy a co-ownership franchise. Therefore, don't underestimate the requirements, what it means to be a franchisee. Don't expect too much also from your franchisor. A franchisor is not a babysitter, all right? And some people want to make shortcuts in the construction, and then they usually get caught. So the slogan, I open my business for less, does not work. Also, if you join a FAD, the FAD usually takes 2-3 years and then it's gone. Also, a lot of Filipinos don't want to be the first franchisee in a system, which is wrong. If I would buy a franchise, I would want to be the first franchisee. Simply because as the first, I get a TLC treatment from my franchisor, the tender love and care treatment. And of course, I get also a better financial deal than if I'm the 100th franchise of a company. And don't compare only the franchise fee, but the entire investment through the whole contract of the franchise. Geographically, we have 3 types of franchises. First of all, the unit franchise, wherein one outlet, one contract is one outlet, normally 5 to 10 years, sometimes for cards or kiosks 3 and 4 years, but normally pretty standard with store franchises is 5 to 10 years. In an area franchise, as the name says, you get a territory. This can be a city, this can be a province, this can be a region, exclusive. So no other franchisee will be allowed in that area. But in exchange, you have to open a certain number of outlets in a certain period of time. And that's what we call the development program. That's why also area franchises are typically longer in length of the agreement compared to unit franchises. And then we have the master franchise. As the name says, you become the master for a whole country. So this is not only one city or one area, but a whole country, all right? So those agreements go for 10 to 99 years. Most of them are 25, especially if you buy from one from the US. They're almost all of them are 25 years. So if you look at all the brands which are here in the Philippines, only one entity has them, and they get usually a contract for 25 years. And again, they have a development program, meaning to say they have to open a certain number of outlets in a certain period of time. All right. And then the steps, how to get a franchise. So if you're interested to buy a franchise, you request for a franchise kit. Fill up the confidential questionnaire or biodata and send it to the franchisor with a letter of intent. Then the franchisor will meet you and discuss it. You will be evaluated. In the end, you will be approved or disapproved. If you are approved, then you get a franchise disclosure information. Then you sign a memorandum of agreement and pay the administration fee. Then depends also if you're in a mall or outside the mall, because if it's outside the mall, once you have the location approved and then sign the contract and pay the franchise fee. Inside the mall, it's a different story because you cannot immediately sign the franchise agreement because first you have to apply with the mall. And you can only sign the franchise agreement once the mall gives you the lease offer, because if they give you a lease offer, that means they approve your business, and then you can sign the franchise agreement. All right. And then once you sign it, you pay the franchise fee. Then it's a setup of the facility. You will be required to undergo the training. Every franchisee has to hire their own people according to the manual, but the training will be conducted by the franchisor. And then when you started, you will receive your opening assistance, and then you have the grand opening of your franchised outlet. I'll explain you also what is a franchise in a franchise disclosure information. This is required by the TTI according to the Bureau Order 1024 of 2010. And this is given only to applicants who have been approved as a prospective franchisee. So not everybody is getting that. Only those people who have been approved as a prospective franchisee. And that includes the company details, the menu or the services, the product list, the initial investment, and the projected P&L, a copy of the trademark, and also that they're a member of an association, and the list of the company and franchised outlets, and of course the legal files like the MOA and the franchise agreement. So this is called the FDI, or the franchise disclosure information. I run you through what is in a franchise agreement just shortly, because every franchise agreement, when we make one, is actually tailored to each and every company, each and every client which we developed into a franchise. It's tailored. But we talk about the appointment and the franchise fee, the terms and the renewal, the facility location, the equipment, fixtures, and furnitures, the training and the opening assistance given by the franchisor, the rules about the proprietary marks, which are the trademarks. We call them also proprietary marks because they are proprietary to the trademark holder. Then the rules about the operations manual. Of course, the operations manual is a separate entity. Then modification of the system. That means if the franchisor changes something, franchisee have to follow that. Then the rules about the advertisement, what already explained to you. If whatever they have, co-op, grand opening marketing, local store marketing, and the National Advertisement Fund. Then the rules about the royalty, accounting and records, standards of quality and performance, and of course, the franchise or operating assistance. And then the rules about the insurance, covenants. By covenants, we mean the exclusivity, so that you are not allowed to compete with yourself and the franchisor. And all the reasons why you can be in default and terminated. Because you're not paying the landlord, you're not paying the franchisor, you're not following the procedures. But before you actually will be terminated, we have a process what is called curing. So before you be chance to be terminated as a franchisee, you're giving first like a warning. We call this a notice to cure. And if you straighten out whatever you're screwing up, then you won't be terminated. All right? And then life goes on. However, worst case scenario, you really have to be terminated. Then the other rights and duties of parties upon termination. Let's say like you're not allowed to continue operating a business like that. And also the outlet you're not allowed to use for that kind of business, etc., etc. So there's a long list of all the things what you have to do if you get terminated. Transferability of interest means that if you want to sell your business, you can do so. So franchisees are allowed to sell the business. They have to find their own buyer. Franchisor has to approve them. And then there will be a third-party agreement between the franchisor, the old franchisee, and the new franchisee. And then also in case the franchisee dies or is incapacitated, the heirs can take over, or they can sell it in accordance to the transferability rule. And anyway, the franchisor always has the right of first refusal. Other legal agreements, of course, the memorandum of agreement, the pre-contract agreement with the landlord, what I said earlier, is a tripartite agreement with the landlord, franchisor, and franchisee to secure the location for the franchisor if necessary. We also have guarantees and assumption of obligations. We use this if the franchisee is a fresh graduate, because today a lot of parents are giving their kids as a graduation gift from college a franchise. And then the transfer and release agreement between franchisor, franchisee, and the buyer if the franchisee sells his business. So, is your business franchisable? Some of you are here with us today because they have a business and they want to franchise it out. Is your business franchisable? You should be in business for at least 1 year, or is beyond the trial and error stage, or has achieved its payback period, okay? Normally we say if you are making money and you are beyond the trial and error stage, we can already help you. And of course, the business has to pick up it according to the systems. And the business has to be proven profitable. So if you don't know how to make money, how could your franchisees be making money? And then, of course, also the business has to have credibility to its clients, and there has to be a need for that business in other location. So don't franchise your business if you don't have at least one outlet. All right, you need at least one outlet for 3 reasons. First of all, to show it off to your prospects, also for training and for research and development. So if your business is failing, then don't franchise it, because if you're failing, your franchisees will fall with you. Also, if it depends too much on yourself, that's not really a good idea either. And if the gross margins are too small, not compensated by high volume, all right? And of course, also, if the products are fads, because as I said earlier, fads only lasts for 2 or 3 years and then they are gone. So if skills level also are too high that you cannot learn it in maximum of 3 years, then you will have a problem as a franchisor. And of course, also, if you do the whole development by yourself instead of getting professional help, particularly Aki Franchise Consultancy, to do it for you. The advantage is being a franchisor, of course, you make money. You receive franchise fees every time you sell a franchise. You collect royalties. You can also gain a little bit from selling to franchises, especially from commissaries. You can expand the brand at the speed you want to grow. We have some clients who are very slow, or they live in their shell. They don't want to grow out of their province, out of the island. And then we have others who want to conquer the world and have every week one a franchise. And of course, by growing, you use OPM, other people's money. And of course, another advantage is in the outlets, since the franchises are doing the day-to-day management, you're less direct involved in the operation. And once you sell it, you can leveraging it on the recognized brand name. And also it's good for your business image if your brand is very well known. It helps you also, the more franchise outlets you have, it helps you also ensuring constant quality. And if you have from commissary operation, attains you higher productivity, and you can use economies, therefore reducing the risk of failure. And another advantage, especially in malls, the stronger your brand, the better locations you get assigned to. Okay, so the access to good locations is also one of the advantages of being into franchising. So if you want to develop your business into a franchise, this is what has to be done, or what we are doing for our clients. First of all, a franchise structure. This is where we calculate the franchise fee and the royalties, the length of the agreement, the investment package, the payback period, the space requirements, and of course also the logistic requirements. Then we provide our clients a franchisor manual, which shows them what to do, how to find franchises, how to treat them, etc. Then an operations manual. We break them actually down into sub-manuals. And each sub-manuals, the total operations manual normally have between 500 to 1,000 pages. So, and are broken down into the pre-opening manual, all what a franchisee has to do before they start the business, an administrative manual, all about employees from hiring to firing, and all about money. Then the specialty manuals. For example, if it's a restaurant, the kitchens. Then the operating standard manuals, from opening to closing, training manual, and then forms and reports. From the legal aspect, we prepare the franchise agreements, the memorandum of agreements. We make now usually the agreement for unit franchise, area franchise, also ownership and area development and international franchises if necessary. So agreement with the landlord, assumption, transfer and release agreement. Yes, and I said already area and master franchise agreement. Then, of course, for the marketing aspect, you need franchise brochure, franchise marketing kits, franchise disclosure, and of course, franchise website. That's why we have franchise.ph. And then in our case, we also help our clients with securing of the trademark, marketing assistance. We also help them with the applicants for the first franchises. All our clients are automatically FIFA members, Filipino International Franchise Association. We give lifelong free after service. You're part of our franchise portal, franchise.ph. We also feature our clients in our magazine, Franchising page, and we give them for our provincial clients. We also help them with office assistance here in our office in Quezon City. And every year we have a membership meeting, which I started 2 weeks ago, virtual, unlike before where we have it live in Manila, Cebu, Davao, and Cagayan de Oro. So I was talking about business format franchising. Alternative business forms are, of course, licensing arrangements. You see, in a franchise, we have 100% uniformity of the whole business setup. In the licensing arrangement, we talk more of the transfer of technology. So it's limited to the main task of what the business is doing. Also, when we talk of our gasoline stations or car businesses, we package them like a franchise, but legally they're dealerships. And then, of course, we're also doing distributorship setups, especially for the cosmetic companies, but they are lesser controlled than franchises. So if you want to have your franchise, your business properly developed into a franchise system, please get in touch with us, RK Franchise Consultancy, and we prepare just what I explained, everything for you. Everything comes in a package at a very, very reasonable price, and we also give it in installment payments, and everything is part of it. So let's talk about the future of franchising. Definitely, we're not a fad. We're 150 years practice as a business system. Every year growing by more than 100 franchisors in the Philippines. Luckily, more than half of that are our clients. It's really great for any company to expand through franchising if it's properly developed and the growth of the system controlled. And if you have money to invest, the safest way to invest your money is by a decent franchise. So if you want to know more about franchising, you can request for my book, All About Franchising. It's free. You can message us in Facebook, for example, under Rudolf Kotik or Aqua Franchise. You message us if you want to have a book, and we send it to you as a file, a PDF file, okay? And you can read it. It's more than 100 pages, all about franchising. It's free. And we are also the organizers of several, this is our magazine. It's the cover page of our magazine, franchising.ph. We have a monthly magazine about franchising. You can read that, and you can read the previous issues all on franchising.ph. So this month's topic is the Expos, what we are doing right now. And we also have every Thursday, I'm holding a franchise hour. All right. The franchise hour has every Thursday a different topic. That's from 4 p.m. to 5 p.m. every Thursday on facebook.com franchise hour, or on facebook.com Rudolf Kotik, or facebook.com/AK Franchise Consultancy. So next Thursday we have Mr. Chef as a guest, and they will explain their franchise opportunities. So this is every Thursday at 4 p.m. Last Thursday, this week, we had Mr. Donuts as guest. If you want to learn more about franchising, or if you want to see all the franchise hours, you can go to our YouTube channel, RK Franchise, and we have all our other seminars and all our franchise hours for the last year. Since the pandemic, our activities are all in the YouTube channel. All right. So right now we have the 22nd CEBU Franchise Expo running. So please visit us at cebufranchise.com. After that, from October 16 to 30, we have the 16th Mindanao Franchise Expo virtual edition at MindanaoFranchise.com. Then we have the 5th Iloilo Franchise Expo from November 5 to 15. And again, we have an opportunity seminar there on November 13 at iloilofranchise.com. And the last expo for the year, November 20 to 30, we have the Palawan franchise, the third one, virtual edition at palawanfranchise.com. So if you want to get in touch with us, please call us. Our landline is 8912-2946, 8912-2973. Our club number is 0917-874-3620. Our cellular, our SUN number is 0933-864-2552. If you are outside the Philippines, you can contact us through WhatsApp via Imopotim63 for the Philippines, then 917-321-5235. In Facebook, we are RK Franchise Consultancy. Email rkfranchise.com. All right. And I'm happy to say that I'm here at the end of my seminar. And I hope you learned something about franchising today. And I turn you over to Shay to introduce the first company presentation of the day. Thank you for listening to me, and please stay tuned. And I hope we have 7 companies who will introduce their opportunities. So please stay with us, and I'm sure you will find something what you will find of interest for you and your family to franchise. All right. So have a nice day. And Shay.
Thank you very much, Sir RK. So again, for those who are really interested to have your business developed by RK Franchise Consultancy, please feel free to get in touch with us. You can contact us at number 0917-874-3620 or 0933-864-2552. Contact us and you can book a free initial consultation with our team. All right, so we don't want you to keep waiting. We will now proceed with our first franchise opportunity presentation, beginning with our first presenter. May I call on the Marketing Director for Franchise of Go Forward Pest Control, Mr. John Lagasca. Sir John, welcome.
Hi Shay, good afternoon. Good afternoon to all listeners, mga students, and mga co-presenters. Good afternoon. I'm here to represent Go Forward Pest Control. So before I start, Shay, who will, for the slide, please. So we're just waiting for the presentation. Okay, so before I start, I will show you some significant figures about related to our services and products. So first is $19 billion. So this represents the damages that cost us from the communal rats or the urban pest or urban rats that nakikita natin sa mga cities. So 950 million, yan naman yung mga damages na ginagawa sa atin ng mga termites. And 250 million, yan naman yung mga food wastages na nakukos naman ng mga flies. And lastly, 2.6 million. So recently we hit the 2.6 million mark for the COVID positives here in the Philippines now. So how is it related to our company? So good afternoon everyone. This is John Lagasca. I'm from the Go Forward Pest Control. I'm your marketing director for franchise. Next slide, please. Okay, so a brief background about us. So Go Forward Manpower and Allied Services was founded on October 14, 2009. So actually, Go Forward Pest Control didn't start as a pest control itself, no. We started as Manpower and Allied Services, but after 5 years, we ventured into pest control services. With our CEO, Randy Domar, started the services by himself, and the rest is history. Right now, next slide, please. Right now, we have 6 branches here in Mindanao and 1 in Cebu. So we have 1 in Davao City, the main office, 1 in Cagayan de Oro, 1 in General Santos, in Butuan City, and 1 in Pagadian City. Next slide, please. So for our services, we have General Pest Control or GPCs. We have rat controls, insect control, termite control, misting services, soil treatment, and the last is soil treatment, right? Okay. Next slide, please. And the other part of the services is the COVID-19 disinfection and deep cleaning. So for this this kind of service, the demand is significantly high because of the pandemic, no, and it's critically essential these days because of the establishments requiring it. And also for the products, here are our products. By the way, our products and services, you can find it on our website, which is www.goforwardpestcontrol.com. You can also find the prices there. So these are the chemicals that we use for our treatments and our services. Next, please. And these are the machines that we use. And this is we are excited about. Can you go back, please, for the previous slide? Okay, so this product, this knockout, this will be the first locally produced disinfectant in the Philippines. So currently, we're developing our products and services. No, that's why our tagline is investing to the future. So knockout, this is our locally brand disinfectant. Currently, for FDA approval na po ito. So we're just waiting for the certificates and the license so that we can distribute it to the market. Next slide, please. So what separates us from other pest control providers? Actually, we are the first pest control that can be franchised here in the Philippines. So that's the first thing. And we have established system from back office to the front runners or our technicians. And secondly, we have a quality assurance team that assure that our service and our products are held a high standard. So we are also ISO certified. We are recognized the #1 pest control service provider as from the Golden Globe Awards for Services and for Business last year. And recently, we are also recognized now from the same awarding committee. We also have research and development. So like what I said, the knockout or the product knockout, the disinfectant, that is our first product na dinevelop. We will not stop improving our services and our products. So like it's the same, pioneering for the future of pest management. That's what we promise to our clients. Next is the franchise detail. So for our franchise detail, the administration fee is 150,000, sorry. And for the franchise fee is 250,000. And the initial term is 5 years. Renewal term is 5 years also. And the renewal fee will be 50% only. And for the total capital requirement, we only require for the 1.4 million. For the trademark and service fee, that's 7,500 per month. A royalty fee with 5% of gross sales. The advertisement fee, the local store marketing is 2% for the gross sales. 2% of the gross sales, sorry. And for the national advertisement is also 2%. And for the grand opening marketing, that will be 50,000. And we only require or ideal size for the office or the branch we only require 50 square meters. Next slide, please. So why invest on us? Why invest on Go Forward Pest Control? So we ensure you that in Go Forward, the ROI is inevitable. So we assure you na because of the high market and the market is rising, the ROI is inevitable. And we assure you that the support from the main office and from our marketing director, that's me, and from our CEO will never stop as long as you are committed to us or you're connected to us. We have established network. We have national accounts for the Go Forward. So if ever na gusto nyo mag-franchise in your certain location, we assure you that you will have already a customer. So we also have a low franchise fee and royalty fee. Next slide, please. So if ever I interest you with our services and product in our company, please do call us or call me. My name is John Jerome Villagasca. I'm the marketing director for franchise of Go Forward Pest Control. The details are here. Or you can visit our virtual booth at the Cebu Franchise Expo. You can find our booth at the non-food franchise. That's it for Go Forward Pest Control. Thank you, Shay.
Thank you very much, Sir John. So again, for those who are really interested to talk about the pest control franchise or would like to inquire about Go Forward Pest Control, you may contact Sir John at this number 0906 045 4053, or you can email him at john.jerome.lagasca@gmail.com, or you can also check on the exhibitors area in Cebu franchise.com. All right, so our next presenter, I'd like to call on the owner of My Home Philippines, Mr. Rex Toman. Are you there,
Yeah. Hi.
sir?
Hi, Shay. Good afternoon. Yeah, can you open my presentation, please?
Hi, Sir Rex.
Yes. Yes. Shay,
Okay,
can you?
there you go. Good afternoon, Sir Rex.
Yeah. Good afternoon. Shay, can you open
All
my
right.
presentation, the first page,
Yeah,
please?
yeah, sure, sir.
Okay. Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for visiting us in the Cebu Franchise Expo. And this is Rex Toman of My Home Philippines. I'm the founder and CEO. I don't know if I heard it right, that as of now we have 1,800 franchises in the Philippines. So anyway, so we are one of the 1,800 franchise business available here in the Philippines. And if you are looking for a business, a franchise business with low capital requirement and high income potential, and a franchise with tremendous growth opportunity, and which you can operate from the comforts of your home or anywhere, and expand to a mall setup in your area in the future. So you may want to consider My Home Philippines your one-stop real estate supermarket franchise. So low capital. So during this time of pandemic, we thought of waiving the franchise fee. So there's no franchise fee. It's zero for the first 40 franchisees. And low capital setup of only 45,000, and low operating capital required, which starts from 20,000 per month. So that would be 240,000 for 1 year. But the income potential, okay, we would like to really highlight this one. We would like, in fact, this is one of our mission. The mission of my home is to see to that each of our franchisee will really earn a 7-figure yearly income. So 7-figure would mean anywhere from 1 to 9 million. Okay, as of now, our first franchisee is earning 4 million per year. So, of course, I'm not promising that you can hit 5 million, 6 million, 7 or 8 or 9, but 1 to 4 million is already achieved by one of our franchisee. So, our franchise, as I've said, has a tremendous growth opportunity. Why? Because you can sell all. You can sell all projects, be it condominiums, house and lots only of all developers in your area, in Cebu, for example, or anywhere nationwide, to the local market or to the global market, where there are Filipinos and foreigners alike. So here, the slide, that is the actual sales of our first franchisee. All by herself, she sold over the 3 years 486 million, which is an average of 162 million per year. Multiply that with 2.5% commission, that is 4 million income per year, excluding incentives. Okay, so with the advent of technology now, you can actually do our business in the comforts of your home. So even if during this time of pandemic, during this time of lockdowns, you can basically operate full blast in your home and market your products, our products, the projects of our partner developers nationwide and in the global market. So you need not go to do road shows abroad or do some flyering in the mall or do flyering in the parking lots or subdivision. All you need to do is to allow us to market, do the digital marketing of your business, no? So okay, so this is our business proposition. So you start online, work from home, real estate franchise business. So, and be the first real estate supermarket in your area. As RK said a while ago, being first really gives you the advantage of really earning, expanding your business fast and earning more. So, and then later on, you can grow after the pandemic, you can grow your online business into an online and mall-based real estate supermarket store in a mall in your city or any malls anywhere nationwide. So as I was saying a while ago, there is a tremendous growth opportunity for My Home Philippines franchise because of the technology now. The technology allows us to do nationwide and global operation in the comforts of our home. So this is not to mention that, of course, real estate, there's some kind of a prestige of you representing the brands of our partner developers. Our partner developers are the following: Ayala, of course, Albeo, Abida, and also we have Mega World, we have PhilInvest, we have Robinsons, SMTC. Well, of course, in Cebu, we have Cebu Landmasters, which have Cebu and Mindanao projects. So we are accredited to all those developers, and you would be representing them. So selling real estate is quite really prestigious. Not to mention the income is really, really high. As I was saying, just sell one unit. Example, just sell one unit per month. Isang unit per month of the smallest studio unit of, for example, Abida brand, that will earn you already more than 1 million per year. So I would like to invite you to really consider seriously and contact me. You can visit my booth in the Cebu Expo. You can call me and email me so I can discuss this more to you. I don't want you to lose this opportunity to really earn so much, no? Selling, representing our selling by way of our multi-platform digital marketing. And here we are. We do Facebook, we do YouTube, and Gmail. We have Instagram, and many other digital platforms. So through that system, you can really advertise your project anywhere in the internet, okay, which is accessible in the local and the international market. So if you are, okay, we are looking for really, okay, as I was saying, our mission, really, our mission is to really see to that, to provide our franchise entrepreneurs with yearly seven-figure income. So that's our mission. So we are committed to you to really help you really earn anywhere from 1 to 9 million per year through an online. Okay, as I was saying, what we're doing, work from home, real estate supermarket franchise, and then grow it into a mall-based online real estate supermarket store in the future. Okay, so next slide, please. Oh, here is our first franchisee. She joined my home when press from college. She was just 20 years old that time, or 21. And yearly she's earning so much. And she really intends to really grow further her business. She's Miss Charlene Torres, and she will grow her business into a nationwide operation in the future, if not globally. So if you are 20 to 45 years old and you can operate the business full-time, we want full-time millennials or Gen Z, hands-on and driven to achieve whatever dream you have. So contact me, no? Contact me. That's my number and my email, and I'll discuss to you more about this franchise. You can also visit me here in Clark if you want. My office is in Clark, Pampanga. So see you if you come over. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Sir Rex. So again, if you want to franchise a real estate business, now is the right time and avail a zero franchise fee with a minimal setup fee, okay, from My Home Philippines. You can also contact Sir Rex Toman to discuss more details. His number is 0917-830-7880 or email him at ceo@myhomephilippines.ph. All right, so thank you so much again, Sir Rex. All right, so moving on to our next presenter, I think we will be having the video first before we welcome. But just to provide you with our next presenter for this afternoon, we will be having the Senior Franchising Manager of Mr. Donut. Let us welcome Ms. Cheryl Carino. Hi, Ma'am
Hi,
Cheryl. Good afternoon.
good afternoon, Shay, and good afternoon also to all the viewers of Cebu Franchise Expo. So, as you have mentioned a while ago, I'll be presenting first a video so that
Correct.
our viewers this afternoon will be able to see a franchisee whom, like them years ago, also thought of what business would it be good to set up and trusted Mr. Donut with that business venture. Okay, so let's watch it first. let's wait for the video to be up. The video, ladies and gentlemen, will show a franchisee telling his story of his growth.
During that time, as business people, we always try to look for multiple income streams. And Mr. Donut was one of the first brands in the country to offer franchising. And since they were very innovative in their product, offering both donuts and coffee, my father decided to initiate discussions. I was only 12 years old. My father already has started the discussion with Mr. Donut. And then the first shop opened in 1985. And we chose Mr. Donut at that time because it was very innovative. At that time, there were very few formal bake shops. All the bake shops were mom and pop bake shops lang. And Mr. Donut offered the brand, the consistency, and the quality for the product that we are looking for. And no one else offered this thing at that time. So definitely, a combination of donuts and coffee. During that time, when we had the Mr. Donut shops running, I felt the change in our lives. First, because Mr. Donut ang nagpaaral sa akin. And then even the cars that we had, medyo kumanda din ng konti. Nag-level up naman. Of course, the profits were split up among different siblings. It's not gonna last you forever, di ba? So, napaaral ako ng Mr. Donut through high school, college, and of course, these are good schools that my parents sent me to, Xavier and Ateneo. How strong is Mr. Donut with us? We have a shop in Lawag that has been in the exact same location for more than 25 years. That shows how strong the brand is, and that shows that from the past until today, you can still earn from Mr. Donut. So I owe a lot to Mr. Donut. I owe a lot of sentimentality to Mr. Donut. It is my turn to take care of my parents. And this is my way of saying thank you to my parents for passing on the legacy of Mr. Donut. And right now, as the second generation running the day-to-day operations, I hope to continue passing it on to my children as well.
All right. Okay. We hope that the story of one of our franchisees, Mr. John Kevitsi, was able to inspire you to push through with your business dream. So for those who are interested to franchise Mr. Donut, allow me to give you quick details on how you can reach us. Okay. So all right. So as you can see in the screen, franchising is as easy as buying a box of donuts. So let me walk you through. Next slide, please. Okay, so why do business with Mr. Donut? So first, we are well known. Mr. Donut is an international franchise brand. We have been here in the Philippines since 1982. Our first franchise store in particular, was way back 1983. And until now, or for 38 years already, yeah, we have been engaging people who would like to go into business to franchise Mr. Donut. Okay. For over 38 years, Mr. Donut has been running here in the Philippines. And last year, during the pandemic, it has been proven that Mr. Donut is one of the businesses that you can also hold on to because we are considered as essential franchise. Thus, even if most of our colleagues in the business are closed, Mr. Donut has remained open, being a food under the food category. And at the same time, Mr. Donut, despite its majority of the stores are physical, we're able to adapt our business format from a physical store to online and on wheels. Why also do business with us? Mr. Donut offers after sales support. So when we say after sales support, after you have signed in your contract with Mr. Donut, you can expect that you can still continue to reach us because we have an assigned business operations consultant and operations manager who will guide you in your journey with the company. And at the same time, the support from the head office, a dedicated customer care hotline, marketing, training, R&D, and of course, your franchise management. Next, please. So the next slide will show you our investment packages. Okay, the details of which you can further see on the website of cebufranchise.com because we are there. So our investment for 4 square meters starts at 310,000. But if you would like to go on wheels or on the road, you can try our Mr. Donut on Wheels strike. Its investment starts at 257,000. For those who have a grocery or a mini mart store, okay, we have an exclusive offer for you, a mini cart that costs 125,000 inclusive of franchise fee. And this is a special offer for those who are first time in the business or those who would like to try the business of Mr. Donut. We have a 90-day business trial. Your initial cash outlay is 100,000, but 50,000 of that amount will be refunded to you if, for example, the location that you have chosen will prove not feasible for a Mr. Donut, or if after 3 months you decide that this business is not really the business that matches your interest. Okay. Next, please. The next slide will most likely show you the franchise, the locations wherein we are currently offering no franchise fee. So tama, all right. So we are having the Cebu Franchise Expo. So as you can see on your screen, currently our promo is if you are from Cebu, from Iloilo, from Tacloban, from Bacolod, and from Bohol, particularly outside Tagbilaran, Bohol, then you can avail of our no franchise fee promo. Now, just a reminder for you to be able to avail it. Number one, you should have a location in mind. The location should be 4 square meter. That's the minimum. Or if you do not have a location yet, why don't you try our Mr. Donut on Wheels, just like the asset or the store that you are seeing right now on the picture. So it's Mr. Donut on Wheels for those who do not have location yet. Okay, next please. Next slide. Next slide, please. Okay, so we would like to share with you here our contact details. So for those who would like to get in touch with us, you can email fms@mrdonut.ph or call 0917-889-6148 Monday to Friday, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Or you can visit cebufranchise.com. We are there right now. You can download the forms. You can see the further details about what I presented to you. And you can also get in touch with us through the cebufranchise.com. Okay, thank you very much for allowing me to present to you the franchise details of Mr. Donut. Again, this is Cheryl Carino, franchising head of Mr. Donut, Philippines.
And I would like to thank Mr. Donut for sponsoring our event. And we're enjoying the donuts and the coffee today, courtesy of Mr. Donut.
Thank you, Sir
And,
RK.
and I give you back to Shay to present our next
Okay, thank you very
presenter.
much, Ma'am
Thank you so much.
Cheryl, for presenting and for the free snacks. Thank you, thank you. So if you want to be part of a very well-known brand, franchise Mr. Donut, and feel free to contact Ma'am Cheryl at 0917-103-6047, or you can email her at cheryl.carino@mrdonut.ph. All right, so our next presenter, I'd like to call on the real estate manager, Vismin of Family Mart, Mr. Fidel Valentino D. Aloba. Good afternoon, sir. Welcome.
Yes, good afternoon, Shay.
Good afternoon, sir. Yeah.
Okay, can you show my slides?
Yes.
Okay, first of all, I'd like to welcome all of you to the family. Next slide, please. In these challenging times, one may ask, where is Family Mart heading for 2021 and onwards? No, the new Family Mart offers a flexible and resilient retail market format that is fairly profitable and scalable. This retail format will still bring our affordable, authentic Japanese offers and signature Family Mart favorites closer and safer to customers. All told, a leaner, community-driven convenience store model. Next slide, please. Now, the franchise details for the new format offers and assortment. We have our authentic Japanese favorites like the famous onigiri, donburi, sushi, ramen, takoyaki, and the desserts. We also have the signature Family Mart favorites. Next slide, please. And we also have this ready-to-drink coffee creations. We carry the UCC brand, milk tea, Japanese green and iced tea, food to share, and we also have complementary CVS products like carbonated drinks, bottled water, beer, wine, spirits, tobacco, and ice cream. Next slide, please. Allow me to explain this slide. This is our new business model. No, it starts with a cold chain partner. This is the main source of food service raw materials and supplies. The cold chain partner consolidates the supply requirements covering FS and CVS supplies. So this functions as actually the primary jump off point for logistics. And then the mother hub, it accomplishes the remainder of the production process, function as extended storage and distribution chain. Usually, it is designed to service a working level of about 6 to 10 Family Mart outlets. No? The outlets we call as the daughter stores displays and retails the finished products and maintains the service level of the brand. Next slide, please. So these are the models of our daughter stores. There are three types. We call it as the Family Mart van, the Family Mart window, and the Family Mart shop. The van is the smallest of all, and it is built on a prefabricated shell container, and this is designed for a quick snack and some essential needs. This is very small at about 15 to 25 square meter operating area only. No? The next is the window. This is also small, but slightly bigger than the van at 26 to 50 square meter operating area. This is usually being put in an existing building wherein minimal leasehold improvements is required. The last one of the three is the shop. The shop is hybrid in the sense that there is a walk-in component. No? So this is slightly bigger than the first two at 51 to 100 square meters in operating area. So another difference that it allows in-store seating and al fresco dining. The compact operations core is actually hinged on this 15 square meter operational layout now. And this is applicable to the three models dubbed as the core. This is very compact, clean operation setup designed to maximize mobility and efficiency of the attendant. Having all equipment, supplies, goods, and within arm's reach helps to automate flow of service and transactions. Next slide, please. Now, the food service offers and mechanics. Again, because the shop is the biggest of the three, it offers more SKUs at about 174 compared to the van and window, which carries only 44 SKUs. So with the beverages, 24 SKUs for the shop, as against 10 only for window and van. And for the pricing mechanics for proprietary items and Family Mart specific offers, we have fixed pricing, while those non-proprietary and consignment items, this is discretionary to the franchisee. Next slide. Similarly, for the CVS offers, the larger shop offers more at 744 SKUs compared to the window and the van at 170 and 150 SKUs respectively. Add-ons and consigned products, this is allowed, but this is subject for screening and accreditation process. And one important thing here is that the we are mandatory is the POS installation in the store, and we have a franchise or approved provider of this. Next slide, please. I think this is the most important slide. This is all about investment. The van requires you the lowest investment at about 700 to 800,000 pesos. The window at 800 to 1 million, while the Family Mart shop at 1 to 1.5 million. Because of the different sizes and the number of SKUs being offered, the smallest Family Mart van will give you about 8,000 to 10,000 average daily sales. The window at 10,000 to 12,000 average daily sales, while the biggest shop at 18,000 to 20,000 plus pesos per day average sales. The franchise fee for any of this type of outlets will only be 100,000 pesos. This is good for 5 years, and this is renewable after 5 years at 75% of the prevailing franchise fee. So take note that this is only costs you 100,000 franchise fee. Next slide, please. Now, here is an example of the financials, financial projections. For the van, you'll spend something like 800,000 and have an average daily sales of 10,000 pesos per day. This will give you a projected net income of about 16,000 per month, or your money will be recovered, your investment will be recovered in just 3.22 years. On the lower left is actually a list of the equipment and structural and franchise fees, which are too many to discuss today. So it just shows how much, it just shows the breakdown. Next, please. Next slide, please. The window at 1 million and 12,000 ADS will give you a net income of about 19,000 per day. Per month, sorry, and a payback period of about 3.13 years. Next slide, please. And the last one, the Family Mart shop will cost about 1.5 million and giving you an average daily sales of 20,000. This will give you the bigger income at 30,000 per month and a shorter recovery period of less than 3 years. I think I also would like to emphasize, I think I failed to mention in one of the slides, previous slides, we have a fixed royalty of 15,000 per month for all type stores. 15,000 fixed, so we don't have any percentage to sales royalty fees. Now, before I end, I'd like to show you some pictures of actual store openings, like the one we have in Jamhay. That is an express shop, as well as Alabang West, express shop din yon. And then the next slide will show you some pictures of next slide, please. Some pictures of the van. This is the smallest type, no? The two pictures on the right side. No? And that's all for my presentation today. And I'd like to thank the viewers for having me today in this expo. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Sir Fidel. All right, so for Family Mart franchise opportunity, feel free to visit their exhibitor booth at cebufranchise.com. All right, so for our next presenter, I'd like to call on the owner of Espresso, Ma'am Christine Monroy, to begin with your presentation.
Hi, good afternoon, everyone.
Hi, ma'am. Good
Michelle, are you
afternoon.
going to be the one to share the slides?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Okay. Hello, good afternoon again. My name is Christine Monroy. I am the owner of Espresso Nail Spa Cafe. And before we begin, I'd like to share with you our philosophy in Espresso, or we believe that we elevate the client's spa experience by using top-notch materials and brands, employing highly trained staff, using clean and safe tools and equipment, keeping up to date with the latest in nail and body care, and providing a clean, safe, and relaxing environment. Next slide, please. Okay. So I'd like to tell you about the spa, Espresso. It's really a good place to relax if you want to unwind or de-stress after a long work week. And we are located in Zamboanga City. It's our spa is going on 7 years now, and I believe this shows the strength of the company and its commitment to providing the best services to its client. Next slide, please. So our services. So I'd like to first tell you that all of our services, we provide high-end nail spa services, which means that you can find our services in most high-end nail salons, but we offer it at very reasonable prices. So as I've said earlier, we try to elevate our clients' experience by providing it using top-notch materials and highly trained staff. As you can see, our services here are listed. We offer the typical services that you can find in a nail salon and day spa. We offer manicure, hand spa, pedicure, foot spa, gel, nail enhancements, etc. It's all right there and on your screens. Next slide, please. So our beginnings. So Espresso Nails Spa Cafe started in October 18, 2014. We opened our first branch here in Zamboanga City. And it was actually me who conceptualized Espresso. It's a combination of my love for nail care, coffee, and day spa. And it is what is if you can if it's now a thriving business and a well-loved nail spa in Zamboanga City. It has since been operating 2 branches, one in KCC Mall de Zamboanga and one in Santa Maria, Zamboanga City. Last year, 2020, we partnered with RK Franchise Consultancy to develop a franchise system so that we can open the brand for expansion through franchising. We now have 2 branches, both of which are also in Zamboanga City. Next slide. So this is our poster, our post in social media, one of our posts, and it says it declares that we are now already open for franchising. So next slide, please. Next slide. Hello, Michelle.
That was the last slide, Miss Christine.
Oh,
All right.
I believe it's wrong. Can I share the continuation?
Please do so.
Okay, wait. I'll share
Oh,
the
sorry. Yeah.
screen.
Okay.
I'll just press this button here. It says share. Can you see? Share screen.
One moment, Miss Christine. It got stuck up here. I continue, Miss Christine.
Okay, you'll be the one to share it.
Yes. It got stuck up here. Okay, there we go.
So,
All right.
okay.
Go ahead.
Franchise Espresso? Joining Espresso Nail Spa, joining our spot, will give you a great opportunity to own your business, but not just any business, a proven business with low investment, simple operations, flexible floor plans, national and local support, or national and regional advertising, a training program, ongoing learning for our owners and our staff, store development assistance, design support, lease negotiations, construction guidance, and much, much more. Okay. Next. So, okay, as a franchisee of Espresso, you will get to enjoy, get to see a variety of treatments. We have an extensive menu of services guaranteed to satisfy clients. And satisfied clients, of course, means higher earnings. 100% marketing support. So we continuously market using social media and other available platforms. Quality of the products. We use only the best quality materials and products on our clients. Staff training. Standards are maintained through staff training at the onset of the program and regular performance evaluation. And we are a nail spa that embraces digitalization, which means that we have our own mobile booking app, so your clients can book through that app, a website of our own, social media pages, and we've recently adopted contactless payments system, which means that all our branches are now accepting e-wallet payments like GCash and Shopee Pay. We are also accepting InstaPay payments or bank transfer payments. We also accept credit cards and debit cards already. So that makes it easier for the client, and it's also very timely because of the pandemic. Next slide, please. So these are some snaps or pictures of our branches. As you can see, all of them are standard, containing the colors of espresso. Next. So this is the franchise information about espresso. Administration fee is 100,000. Franchise fee is 250,000. And the inclusions are listed there. The use of trademark, site approval, training for franchisee and staff, procurement program, opening assistance, operation manual on loan, and research and development. So our initial term is 5 years. Renewal term is 5 years. A renewal fee is 50%. Capital requirements is 1.2 to 1.4 million, but this depends on the size of your location. Sorry, excuse me. Okay. And we also charge local store marketing, 2% of the gross sales, national advertisement fund, 3% of the gross sales, and the mobile application fee, 3% of the gross sales. Next. So how do you franchise Espresso? You send us your comprehensive resume together with your letter of intent to espresso@gmail.com. We will review your application. We will be then invited to discuss franchise details. Your proposed location will be examined. The franchise agreement will then be executed. Outlet and setup and staff training will commence. We provide pre-opening and marketing assistance up until your grand opening. Next, please. Okay, if you want to get in touch with us, you can call us at 06062-308-0030. Our mobile is 0917-314-7262. You can also email us at espresso@gmail.com. And you can also message us using our Facebook page, Espresso. So we are also participating now at the Cebu Franchise Expo. You can visit our virtual booth there, and we've also included a video there, so you can have a visual of how our spas look like in Zamboanga City.
Thank you very much, Ma'am Christine. All right, so if you want to become a franchisee of Espresso, please get in touch with Ma'am Christine at 0917-314-7262, or you can email espresso at gmail.com. So we are down to our last two presenters for this afternoon. Let us continue with our next one. To tell us about their company, may I call on the franchise manager of Tigams, Mr. Albert Borja II.
Yes, hi, good afternoon,
Good
Michelle.
afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon, yes.
Yep. So we will be sharing your screen, sir. Hold
Yes,
on.
please. Okay, thank you. All right, thank you, Michelle, and good afternoon to all our viewers on Tigam's Milk Tea Shop. Next slide, please. The next slide, please. The slide before that, would it be okay, Michelle? Okay, Tigam's Milk Tea Shop. We have two brands now under Tigam's Franchising Corporation. So we have two very strong brands. We have the Tigams and CEBU Bubble Milk Tea. And next slide, please. Okay, so Mr. Eljon C. Victor is a passionate consumer of milk tea ever since. He enjoys these drinks to satisfy his thirst and knew that he needed to pursue these fulfillments. In the year 2013, at a very young age, he established Tigam's Milk Tea Shop with a humble heart, and he aimed to share his ever-satisfying drinks to everyone and grant them an easier access. And with his devoted company members, he opened the first CEBU Bubble Milk Tea store last August of 2018 in Taytay, Rizal. Our president and general manager, Mr. Eljon C. Victor, he was also the immediate class champion during the Ducati Cup 2017. Okay. Next slide, please. Tigams is consistently growing brand that appeals to all ages. From Tigams Taytay branch, rapid growth has been proven by our steady expansion. Each outlet has always been welcomed by the company, by the community in its neighborhood at the next local staple. Now, if you can see the screen, we have a total of full 7 stores, fully operational at this very moment. And these are our Tigams Milk Tea Shop brand. The second slide, the next slide. Tigams is a company that believes in progress. We are constantly looking for ways to better our business processes through creative solutions. This makes our brands, Tigams and CEBU, more competitive in the market and enables us to offer our customer the most comprehensive service in the industry today. Our CEBU Bubble Milk Tea brand, as of the moment, we have a total of 9 stores, 9 inline stores. We have 2 in Cainta, we have 2 in Taytay, we have 1 in Angono, we have 2 in Binangonan, we have 1 in Morong, and our recently opened branch, which is 1 in Teresa, Rizal as well. So all in all, we have a total of 16 stores fully operational. The brand believes that the milk tea demand should also be experienced by different generations at the price and quality, which can definitely suit the taste and budget of both local and international community. This main core value holds and continues to make the brand successful and caters to all ages from all walks of life, created by our very own team of professional research and development officers. And I'd like to present to, our menu, our pride, of course. We have several series. We have, first and foremost, the milk tea series. We have the fruit tea series. We do have the cafe latte series. We have the luxury series, wild and Yakult series, and also our hot series. Of course, for the chocolate lovers, we do have also, and our add-ons like our sinkers and floaters. And our top-of-the-line food, comfort food, of course, we have several choices, but our latest one, our Belgian Liege waffle. Higam's milk tea's overall ambience is tailored with the young generation's interest towards modern and clean designs. Our signature color palette, friendly green, rustic black, modern brown accents, our overall brand impression that we want to create to our target consumers. Our winning woodwork and design piece invites not only our valued customers, but also the one who believes that it's worth investing. Now, I have to add this one. We have our very own architectural team. We have our own construction team. We have our own woodworks team who are very highly skilled. They are the ones who prepared and all our furnitures for all our stores, both for Tigams and CEBU brand. So I'd like to show you some photos of our existing stores. This one is in Tigams, Tanay. It's an 80 square meter store, also Tigams, Tanay. Next in line is our Tigams, Teresa branch. And the one that you see on the screen right now is our design for the new normal. Okay, because we are now designing and somehow creating some new innovations for us to be able to adopt the new normal business concept. If you can see the screen, you can see some dividers at the middle of our tables. Next slide, please. Yes, same thing. You have the dividers, and you have the wash area before you enter the store at the left side. And of course, our franchise package. It's the state-of-the-art store design, adaptive to the new normal business concept. Before, our franchise fee is 150,000. Now it's only 50,000. And for our franchise investment, that includes the whole construction of the store, the equipment, is only 2 million pesos. That is an average of 40,000 pesos per square meter for a minimum of 50 square meter store. Of course, we are not limited to only to a 50 square meter store. We can have at least 120 to 180 square meter area. The franchise package includes, of course, intellectual brand rights and the use of logo, site evaluation, store planning, design, and construction, Tigams mobile delivery app, crew training, uniforms, POS system, equipment and all the furnitures, initial supplies based on the store area, grand opening assistance, and marketing support. And that includes as well the professional support that we're going to deliver. As far as our franchisee, you will receive continuing support from us during the term of the franchise as follows. First, our technical support, sales and operation performance reporting guidance, regular field visits and business guidance. This is to reassure that our franchises are being somehow monitored for us to be able to maintain our system consistently. And lastly, updates on new products and services. The franchisors are granted a single unit franchise for every 30,000 population for every 1 kilometer radius in a given trade area. However, franchisor will see to it that each site will receive the population to the fullest to make the business viable. These are the advantages once you have somehow acquired our franchise business. Profitable milk tea concept that's guaranteed. Adaptive to the new normal milk tea business concept. Cashless and touchless payment methods. Tigum's mobile delivery app offers unique, innovative milk tea blends. One of the few milk tea shops that offers exquisite ice-blended drinks. Strong and sophisticated digital marketing. Thank you so much. And just to give you somehow a little bit of the background of Tigums, as we mentioned earlier, we've been in the business since 2013, but we opened our business to franchise last 2018. And come to think of it, from 2018 up to this very moment, we were able to establish a total of 9 stores in a very short period of time, given the pandemic. So thank you so much, and just keep in touch with us for your inquiries, and we'll immediately get back to you and discuss to you the details further. Thank you so much, and good afternoon, everyone.
Thank you very much, Sir Albert. So
Thank
proven and tested naman po ang franchising ng mga milk tea businesses even
That's
during
correct, that's
pandemic.
correct.
So if you want to become the next franchise partner of Tigums, you can contact directly Sir Albert at this number 0917-167-3576, or you can email him at tigums.albert@gmail.com. Thank you very much, Sir
Thank you,
Albert.
Moshe. Thank you.
Thank you. And of course, for our last presenter, we will have to listen, okay, from her presentation as she couldn't be able to join our live webinar. So let's listen and watch to this short presentation from the Country Expansion Manager of Mr. Jeff, Miss Jana Camille Madanas.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Jana, and I am the expansion manager of Mr. Jeff Philippines. And I'd like to welcome you to the 22nd FIFA digital event. So today I'll be discussing about one of our verticals in Jeff Technology, which is called Mr. Jeff Laundry Franchise. So Jeff actually is a tech-based company. So what we do is we actually build a system end-to-end for the services or verticals that we offer in the app and also in the stores that we have nationwide and also globally. So we are now available in 40 countries. We've sold more than 2,400 stores across the globe, and we do online and offline products and services. So Jeff actually has expanded to more than 40 countries now with 1,200 franchisees. So we have a home delivery service which attracts a new type of customer. This is the customer database that we have is mostly subscription based. So they would get your services month on month, and you will service them 4 times in a month. Subscriptions are actually automatically renewed unless the customers choose not to. So we didn't actually change any service type when it comes to the laundry industry. It's still, doing the laundry, ironing, dry cleaning. But what we actually added here is a more convenient way of getting these services. If before you had to walk in or call a certain laundry shop to get your services, now you have all channels that you can actually opt to do. Like for instance, maybe you would like to download an app, and I would highly recommend that to download the Jeff app to check the services that's near you. Then just book any services that they have in the app. And that would go directly to your stores. Okay, so the best thing about this is it's contactless, so you can do the services within 48 hours with delivery and pickup. So basically, what we have is a tech platform wherein it's a complete business and operations management on the cloud. So how it goes is, if I'm a client, I download the app, I put my details, I see the store that's nearest to my place, I choose the service, I book the appointment, I plot the schedules, and then after that, I pay the service, right? So now, once that order has been captured, it goes directly to the Jeff Suite, wherein now this is on the franchisee side. They see all the details of the order, the customer details as well, and now they can track the journey of this customer. So what we have in the Jeff Suite is fairly advanced because other than the captured data that you have, you'd be able to automate the notifications that we send to our customers, making sure that our staff can focus more on operations rather than focusing on the manual work. So this time around, even if you are at home, it's easier for you to access what's really happening in your stores or in your hubs. The best thing about it is even your machines can be connected to your store or to your business suite, wherein you will see how many cycles your machines did today and how many orders were actually served. In that manner, you'd be able to identify if there are discrepancies, right? So at the end of the day, what we want to do is make it convenient not only to our customer database but also, of course, to our business owners. Your success is also, of course, our success, and we will do anything and everything to provide the support that you'd be needing. So other than this, of course, all the things that's been happening in the business cycle, like number of orders, income, requested services, number of subscriptions, even with the notifications when it comes to promoting a service, or if ever you'd like to do analysis about the data that you have in place, then you can do that in the Jeff Suite. So one of the things that we've added on this is, of course, the Jeff drivers. Now, once the orders are ready for delivery, it goes directly to the app of the Jeff drivers so that the drivers can navigate accordingly how they should be doing their day. So this time around, they would be able to understand the routes that they're going to take. They'll get suggestions from the app as well, which route is the best to take for them. At the same time, the customers would have visibility as to where the drivers or riders are, to be able to, to be able to really assess if, they need to meet up the driver, especially that there's a pandemic, if they need somebody to really meet the driver in the gate of the subdivision, or maybe in the lobby or the reception. It's going to be easier. You don't need to even contact the driver because you will be able to see where the driver is already located. So that's one of the parts of it. We've actually built a business in a box model wherein it's composed of, again, the technology in place that we have, the technology also for the offline world. We have business specialists, so you don't have to worry if ever you are not very familiar with the business that you are going to partake. For instance, here it's Mr. Jeff Laundry. I know everybody knows how to do the laundry, but actually managing and operating the business is, a different approach, right? So, of course, we do have experts who would guide you accordingly from the start until you're currently operating already. So we do have business operations managers. We do have business partner success managers. So this will be the people who'd be helping you along the way. So these are the experts who are not only expert locally, but also have the visibility or the expertise across other markets to make sure that we are adapting the best practices there is, not only in the Philippines, but across the globe. So that's how you're going to leverage in this partnership. we are with you all throughout the process. Other than this, of course, in order to sustain a business and to make it effective, branding and promotions are needed, right? So marketing is an essential for you to really send out the word that you are available in the market. And in this part, we will be, of course, other than supporting you with the brand promotions, which is on our end, we will give you tools. So you will be able to create your own promotions and apply the brand to those promotions. So you don't need now to like hire somebody to do it for you. You will be trained as well by our support managers in doing such things, right? And other than this, of course, it comes with analytics wherein you will be able to understand how your marketing initiative is actually doing, if you need to stop it or you need to continue it, everything in one place. Of course, it's available as well in the ecosystem. So we have an ecosystem in place because as a technology company, we keep on adding other verticals to the system. And if you are a business owner who is a dreamer and would like to scale up the business in the future, not only locally, but, globally, then you are at the right place. As a tech company, we keep on improving the services, the products, and also the technology in place, and you will be a part of that ecosystem. That ecosystem keeps on becoming big, and as it becomes bigger and bigger, then you have that chance to grow as well. So this is the business opportunity that we have in place. It is a smart investment. It is low risk compared to other businesses. It has a proven business model, and at the same time you have experts to help you along the way. It's readily available. You can decided it and on it, and then within 40 to 45 can launch the business. That's how readily available this business opportunity is. So again, my name is Jana, and I'm looking forward to seeing you again on Thursday, October 14 at 2 p.m. with Rudolf. So we will discuss this more in detail, and looking forward to answering some of your queries and assisting you in all the things that you'd like to find out about the business model, about the brand, and how it can really help you with your goals as an entrepreneur. So see you on the 14th, and see you at the next franchise expos with FIFA. So today it's with the Cebuados. So again, maraming salamat.
All right, so thank you very much, Ma'am Jana. So for Mr. Jeff franchise opportunity, contact Ma'am Jana at 0917-146-4510 or email her directly at jana.madanas at mrjeffapp.com. All right, so before we actually close this webinar, we would like to thank our speakers, presenters, and viewers who made this event even possible for our association. Okay, if you guys wanted to get in touch with the brands who presented today, please feel free to visit and leave a message in our Cebu Franchise Expo website while it's still running, and we will help you to process your queries. All right, so again, in behalf of RK Franchise Consultancy and Filipino International Franchise Association, we thank you for joining us once again in our Cebu Franchise Expo and Seminar Virtual Edition. We hope to see you again in our next schedules. All right, so RK, have a final word for our viewers?
I would like to thank all our exhibitors, all our speakers for the day, and particularly our listeners and viewers. And I hope they found a franchise for themselves and their families, or they learned something about franchising. I would like to thank everybody who was involved in the event today. Daghang salamat. Bye-bye.
Thank you very much. Have a good weekend, everyone.